All right, here we go on a Tirade Tuesday. Let's do it. 913-408-7957. Let's start with Mona in Kansas City. Let it rip, Mona. Good morning. What's your tirade?
Hi, Pete. Okay, I am a 71-year-old senior. I have got about 3 feet of snow across my driveway. I've lived here 47 years. They do it every snowfall. They do not clear it. I can't get out. And I called, and the code at the city, I talked to a lady, and she said they haven't unblocked the code. We can't report anything. You can't get through. And so I cannot possibly get out at all.
Now, you said 3 feet in your driveway or 3 feet in the street?
Across the end of my driveway. I live in a cul-de-sac. I'm the first house, and they always deposit a load off of the blade right in front of my driveway every year, every snowfall, and they won't stop doing that. I can't get out.
My gosh. Okay, so this happens every year. Does someone usually come by and take care of that deposited load or no?
No, if they do, it's been so many years. If they do, they only do it a tiny bit, and there's still a big hump there. I still can't get out. And I shoveled what I could yesterday, but I still can't.
And did you try 311?
Oh, you can't. Yesterday and today, you cannot get through 311 at all. But I called the 513 number, and I got through and could pick the 311, gotcha. And I got a lady.
All right, hang on. Mona, here's what I want to do. I don't usually do this during Tirade Tuesday, but I'm going to put you back on hold. I'm going to have Mark just get a phone number and an email, and we're going to try to help you out with this, all right?
Okay, I appreciate it. Mark gave me one phone number, but I don't know. I listened to Brian Platt, but I just need to get a hold of someone that is in charge that can do something for me.
Listen, I'm going to put you back on hold. Mark will just get some information, and we'll see what we can do for you.
Thank you.
All right, you bet. Thank you very much there, Mona. First on Tirade Tuesday. Mark, you can talk to her. I'll keep it rolling here. Keith in Weatherby. Go ahead, Keith. You're on KCMO. What's your tirade?
Morning, Pete. Mine is also snow-related, but a little bit on the other hand. I got all these fancy schmancy people out there that bought a snowplow blade for their truck, and they think they're going to go out and make a little buck, and they're so lazy they scoop the snow across the road and leave all these little rumble strips across the road, won't even clean it up. I've seen so many mufflers that are on the ground because of them stupid rumble strips that they leave. Clean up your mess, people. It's not that hard.
Not that hard, Keith. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my man. Next up on a Tirade Tuesday, Steven in Kansas City. Let it rip. Go.
Oh, Pete, Happy New Year. It looks like Greenland out here. It looks like our future territory of Greenland or Canada. Sunny Hostin is in fine form and mid-season form with her Trump derangement system. Sunny with a 98% chance of oppression, saying that January 6th is just like the Holocaust. And you'd think Joy Behar would have something to say about that. All these Democrats, should really, if they're that concerned about democracy, maybe they should go find the 10 or 15 million missing Joe Biden voters that were sitting on their hands. I don't know where they could have gone. Maybe they're all Arab Americans sitting on their hands about the Gaza war, but that's we need a commission to find the 15 million missing Joe Biden voters for 2020. Where could they have gone? I don't know without all those extra ballots for students floating around, like Alan Dershowitz said he saw 5 ballots in one of his northeastern states. So I think we ought to get on that. I think we ought to find where all the missing.
All right, I got it. You said the same thing 30 times in a row. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Thanks for the tirade. It's a good one. You just don't need to say the tirade 17 different ways. You can say the tirade and then be like, that's my tirade. Thank you. All right, Jennifer in Prairie Village, go ahead.
I am sick and tired of thugs taking advantage and stealing cars from hardworking citizens and getting away with it and leaving mass destruction in the mist for the victims.
And you're talking about Kansas City mostly?
The Kansas City area. I live in Prairie Village.
Has it been happening there?
It happened to me on Sunday morning.
Is that right?
It is right. And I live in a gated community, but because of the weather, they leave the gates open to prevent us getting stuck inside because of the gates getting stuck.
So what happened? Your car was... How did it get stolen? Keys were in it?
I'm sorry?
Keys were in the car?
No, sir, they were not. They actually got into my car and my neighbor's car at the same time. There was witnesses. And because I had put the windshield cover on my car, I forgot to lock my car. And so they were checking for cars that were unlocked, and they were able to start my car before they were able to start the other guy's car. So they stole mine. So.
How'd they start your car?
Well, it's actually, I did not know this, but it's actually pretty easy for certain years of Hyundai and Kias.
Mm-hmm.
They can use a USB.
Yes, you're right. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So now it's happening in Prairie Village. I mean, that's, gosh dang. Yep. Well, thank you for sharing that, Jennifer. And that needs to be getting more attention because now it's spreading beyond Kansas City. And that's in part because, listen, these criminals are running wild in Kansas City and no one's been willing to prosecute them.
Right, exactly.
Oh, gosh. Thank you, Jennifer. That's a good topic we will get back to this week here on KCMO. Eddie in Kansas City, what's your tirade? Go.
Hey, Pete, I'm a pretty low-end coffee drinker, so I go to Quick Trip a lot, and they've got these new machines you have to push the buttons to get your coffee. The old ones with the spigot, they've done away with. So they're making life more complicated for us.
That's a brutal, brutal, brutal thing to have to deal with, my man.
I know.
These first-world problems, I'll tell you.
I'll work through it. Though.
All right, you're going to make it. It's going to be okay there, Eddie. Thank you, buddy.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you. That's prayers up for Eddie. Randy and Napoleon, go.
Yeah, hey, I kind of changed my tirade. I want a tirade against Mother Nature and all this white supremacy she's practicing. I'm out here with a plow, plowing it all under. So that's. But watch out for the black ice. So there you go.
Okay. 12 inches of white supremacy we got to deal with around here. All right, Ron, go ahead. What's your tirade?
I'm so mad I could spit. Given the Congressional Medal of Honor or whatever they gave Soros, not to mention Hillary or that other traitor up there. And it just shows complete contempt for the American people that they have the nerve to do that.
Well,
it's nuts. It's crazy.
Joe Biden is ending his tenure the exact opposite of what he promised he would be. That's how I would put it. But this is who he always has been. And he will go down as one of the worst and most radically left presidents in American history. Anybody who gives a Medal of Freedom to George freaking Soros should be shamed out of public office. Now, Biden's going away because, well, he's just not there anymore. But it is an absolute, utter embarrassment. There you go. Tirade Tuesday in the books on KCMO Talk Radio, 95.7 FM, streaming on the KCMO Talk Radio app.